On Saturday, 22nd February 2025, the National Executive Council of the Civil and Local Government Staff Association, Ghana, CLOGSAG, met to consider a request from the Minister of Labour, Jobs and Employment to call off the ongoing strike action by constituents of CLOGSAG. After deliberating on the request to call off the strike, the National Executive Council was unanimous on the following: that the strike should continue, that the request by the Honorable Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment lacks a roadmap for the resolution of the matter, that as long as all politically exposed persons within the civil service and local government service are sanctioned and unilaterally have their appointments terminated, it would not be fair for politically exposed persons to be appointed into the civil service and the local government service. We wish to state unequivocally that the ongoing strike is not against the authority of the President to appoint persons into the public services as enshrined in Article 195 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Rather, the association is drawing attention to the Supreme Court ruling that emphasizes the significance of neutrality, anonymity, professionalism, and permanence in the civil service and the local government service. Meanwhile, NEC reiterates its position that the ongoing strike should continue. Thank you. God bless you. Well, what we are saying is that we are not challenging the authority of the President in appointing persons into the civil service and local government service. Article 195 of the Constitution is very clear that persons to be appointed or in active positions is by the President in accordance with the advice of the Council in consultation with the Public Services Commission. What was read from the Births and Deaths Registration Act was picked from the Constitution, 195 of the Constitution. It was nothing new. But we would have loved if Felix Kwachi should have gone further to tell us that which council gave advice to the President to appoint. Because the Constitution is saying in accordance with the advice of the council. But we all know that immediately this government came into power, all councils have been dissolved. So you should tell us which council met to advise the President on this appointment. But that is not what we are talking about. We have a Supreme Court ruling that is saying that if you are politically correct, stay away from the civil service and the local government service. That is what we are talking about. And the question is he politically correct?
Yes. Yes, the answer is yes.
If the answer is yes, the Constitution is saying, the Supreme Court ruling is saying that step aside. Let me read it to you. All of you should have this. This is what the ruling is saying. It said, it is therefore, let me read this over. It is therefore our view that the codes of conduct of the civil service and the local government service in general do not deny civil and local government servants the freedom of association, particularly the right to join political parties of their choice. They merely seek to place a limitation on the manifestation of that right while in service, in order to maintain the neutrality of the civil and local government service and foster the principles of anonymity and permanence. What they say in sum is, if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political party allegiance or run political office, step away. That's what he said. He said, step, this is a Supreme Court ruling. Step away from the said services. So we are not saying it. The Supreme Court is saying step away from the services. And this was the ruling of Akufu Mrs. presiding, Adinia Mrs. Yeboah, Boafo Boni, Akoto Banfo, Benin, Akoto Ampao. These were the 7 Supreme Court judges that gave this ruling. And it was 7-0. Unanimous. So this is what they are saying. We are not saying it. They say, once you are politically colored, step aside. Step aside. So tell Mr. Botry, step aside for Best and Des. Best and Des is a civil service institution. Let me read. It's a civil service institution. This law that they are quoting never created a service for Best and Des. It's a civil service institution. And our governing council has been dissolved. But we will not go where Felix wants. We are going by the Supreme Court ruling that if you are calling, step aside. And this ruling is law. The ruling of the Supreme Court is law. Thank you.
My first question.
Just say we request you to call off the strike. That was all. No roadmap. When you want to meet us, nothing. There was nothing like that. Just call off the strike. And this 419 business, we've seen it. So we will not be fooled again. We all hear when they said the man has been reassigned within 24 hours. He was at the post. So this matricule business, no, we don't want it. I'm glad you said other groups. Other groups, they are not in the CLOGSAG. I'm talking to CLOGSAG. We are talking to CLOGSAG members. Stay at home. Number 2, the fact that you see people working in the music doesn't mean all of them are CLOGSAG members or civil servants. There are so many agencies in the national service. Now, there are even a lot of national service roaming the system. So the fact that you see some people around does not mean they are members of CLOGSAG. Our members are sitting at home. They are enjoying themselves. They are relaxed. So we are monitored. We monitored the whole Ghana. And I can tell you, the strike action is biting. It's very effective. Gathered here are representatives from all Ghana, all the 16 regions are here. And they all giving their report. And the report is 100% compliance.